All right, the real question is that people who say that you can enter the kingdom of heaven without practicing holiness, these people who say there's free grace, these people who say that you don't have to follow the moral law, that is the Ten Commandments and the Beatitudes, you don't have to follow those. Those people cannot prove what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of God. They can't prove that with their lives. They live like the devil. You must be born again. These verses are going to say the same thing again. They're going to drive it home. They're going to drive it home that you cannot practice lawlessness. You must practice righteousness. You must, look, telling the truth is not a work. If I don't steal, that's not a work. If I am meek, that is not a work. The Ten Commandments and the Beatitudes are not works. They are the moral law which you, when you practice God's moral law, it proves what is good and acceptable and the perfect will of God is. So, Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, very simple. Cuts right to the chase. Cuts right through all of these cunningly devised fables. Cuts right through all of that. Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies as living sacrifice, holy, acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. This is just your reasonable service. It's reasonable for you to act like you are holy, even as he is holy. That's reasonable for you to do. Verse 2, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This is what repentance means in Greek. It means to turn the mind. Well, let me finish the verse. And doing this, let me read the whole verse again. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. It's the only way you can do it, by practicing holiness. You have to come to this place. You must practice the moral law.